This is something that I've wanted for a long time. Hair transplant, my God.
Early on in our relationship, you always said, like, if I start to lose my hair, I will absolutely get a hair transplant. If I start to get wrinkles that I don't like, I will absolutely get Botox. Like, you've always announced
100%.
those things.
100%.
I wear wigs, for example. To me, that's gender affirming. Like, some days I like to wear my afro, my natural hair, whatever, cool. And some days I like a long bust down. Like, okay, that's cool too. Like, that for me makes me feel pretty cutesy, demure. Okay, and so that's considered gender affirming. Wearing a push-up bra, yeah, that's gender affirming. Perhaps for you also, like,
vajazzling.
For yourself?
I mean, for anybody with a vagina.
Are you even listening to me, or do you just want to say the word vajazzle?
It can be both. Both things can be true. Welcome to Playing House, the podcast about keeping your relationship sexy and secure. I am Elon Musk's 11th child, Kolter Bouchard.
And I'm Dominique Bouchard, and we're a real couple having real conversations, inviting you in as our third.
On today's episode, men have insecurities too. What if we all saw transparency and self-work as masculine? And if talking about this gets me a free trip to Istanbul, I will take one for the team. But first, how you doing?
Why'd you say it like that?
We dropped our kid off at daycare for the last time today. And like, did you see me cry?
You were in shambles.
I wouldn't say I was shambolic.
No, it was giving shambles.
Shambolic.
Shambolic. Sure. Shambolic. That's what you were giving.
A good name. Like Shambolic. That's a good name. I like that. It was tough. It was tough yesterday. I definitely cried during drop off at daycare yesterday.
What was it yesterday? Yeah, you handle morning drop off. I usually handle pickup.
I go in with her for a couple of minutes every morning, right? And I sit down with her, and she's been really nervous, and we've talked about this on the show, but she's been really nervous the last couple of weeks about like daycare ending, and I'm sure that this is most kids, difficult with transitions, right?
Of course.
And so she's nervous about kindergarten. What if my teachers are mean? And what if my teacher's like Miss Trunchbull from Matilda?
Matilda is her big reference point.
Yeah,
like,
that's school.
She's always saying, is she going to be nice like Miss Honey, or is she going to be mean like Miss Trunchbull? And I told her that the principal sent us an email, and she went, oh, like she was so nervous to hear that the principal existed. And she's like, what does the principal do? Does he put me in the chokey?
Yeah,
like she's just
that's
so
exactly
nervous.
What happens. It's right next to the school nurse's office. I think for obvious reasons, right? You want to be able to like help the kids after you,
of course,
put them in danger like that. Yesterday, I'm sitting with her, and she's doing fine. Like she's giggly and she's excited. And then I said, I want to talk to you for a second.
Oh,
she's looking around, and I said, drink it in. And she goes, what does drink it in mean,
no, truly,
Daddy?
what is?
And I said,
she's 4.
Pay as much attention as you can today and tomorrow. And just like absorb as much of it as you can. Pay it, like be mindful, be present. I'm saying this in ways that a 4-year-old can understand, I think. And then she's asking why. And I said, because it goes so quickly.
Are you going to cry now? Kolter. Oh. What are the emotions you're feeling right now?
Sadness? What? What are you, blind? I'm a wreck.
Oh. I get it. Like, I feel...
Do you get it?
Yeah, when I picked her up, I was emotional because her favorite teacher, Miss Ann, she's truly her second or third mom at this point. I'd say your mom is her second mom.
I think I'm her second mom. Then Miss Ann, then my mom. No. You, me, my mom, and then Miss
Ann. So that's her favorite teacher. And she's just given so much of it. Like, I feel so secure leaving my child with her every day. Like it's truly so special to have care like that for your child, and knowing that they are being treated as if they are their own child. So saying bye to her yesterday, because your mom's picking her up from daycare today. Yesterday I didn't think I was gonna see Miss Ann again. So I was like, I was telling her goodbye and like, thank you so much. And then I got choked up as I was saying, it's scary sending your kid out into the world, and I'm not giving the internet this. I'm not doing it.
I'll give it. Like and subscribe for the tears. We're undoing mail toxic masculinity,
exactly.
male toxic masculinity. We're undoing toxic masculinity one breakdown at a time.
Hey, I've cried enough on the show. It's okay.
I said it goes quick.
Yeah.
Like life goes quick, you know?
Is that the core of this? You recently celebrated your 3-year cancerversary, as you call it. The 3 years since you had your stem cell transplant. And that's got to be emotional.
Why don't you talk for like 15 or 20 and I'll try to get it back together here. I didn't think I'd see her get to kindergarten, so I'm here. And I'm seeing her start kindergarten next week. That's good. No.
Okay.
No, fine. I'll take your hand. Also, if you just clip this and it's a white man saying, I don't want your black hand. Not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, it's tough, man.
So suspended in midair, like.
Yes, this angelic hand.
Yes.
So I'm doing fine. Trying my best, but.
Well, that's why I think it's not. That's why I keep asking you, like, what's the emotion there? Because I don't think it's just sadness. Like, yeah, of course, transitions, they're hard on children, but they're also hard on adults. They're hard. But I also think that there's a level of joy and celebration there that, like, first of all, we successfully got our kid into a kindergarten. It doesn't feel like a huge...
And one with a subsidy.
Okay. No, that you mean daycare.
The daycare, yeah.
The daycare, yeah. But getting her into school, like that's...
Well, technically...
Those are 4 difficult years, bro.
Technically, public school everywhere is
publicly funded.
So.
There you go. So yeah, I think that there's also like a level of like celebration. Like we did that, and like the preschool part is finished, and as sad as that is, it's also like a huge triumph because it was hard as shit.
Yeah. And also like it's that's your entire that's your whole schedule, right? That's the routine. Every morning it's like gotta get to daycare, gotta get to school even earlier. School starts at
what's up with that? 8:30? Oh
8:15?
Yeah. No, I think they say the supervision on the schoolyard starts at 8:15.
Let's get our money's worth here. Come on, you're only there for it stops at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
What's up with that? Why don't they make it the same, like...
Make it 40 hours a week.
Of a work day.
School should be 9 to 5.
That's right. Well,
it's why
they
is it
should
ridiculous?
be watched from 9 to 5. Absolutely.
And they should be fed there as well.
Of course.
Apparently, my boy Tim Walz, running for VP. He's Kamala's VP pick.
Okay, all right.
Governor of Minnesota. They get free breakfast and lunch there.
Oh, that's good.
And, I mean, Minnesota's basically Canada. We have a cough button.
You can't do that. So the whole point of the cough button
is to draw attention to the cough.
I had COVID last week.
Yeah. Hey, me too.
I am better. You did not have COVID.
I tested positive for COVID.
Did you?
Yes.
When did you test positive? You didn't do a test.
Oh I did 2 tests.
Oh.
I did one that was positive, and then like a week later, one that was negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. But I had the COVID. It beat my ass. It beat my ass.
That's what you get for going out on a school night to see Missy Elliott.
I saw Missy, Busta, and Sierra, and it was so worth it.
I wonder if I should start calling you Busta Lung, by the way. I wonder if
you're so dumb.
Bust open a COVID test. I wonder if like there was a COVID outbreak at the Missy concert, or if it's just like there's COVID everywhere.
There's COVID everywhere right now. Like it's who knew? I don't watch the news, so hence me not knowing who your dude was, Waltz, whoever. You said Waltz, right?
Walls.
Anyway, I'm Canadian. I don't have to know him. Yeah, COVID is back, y'all. Get vaccinated. You heard it here first.
I don't think COVID ever left.
Vaccinated.
You say COVID is back. I think it's been here for a while.
Well, you know what they have those spike seasons. Yeah, we're in that.
2 more weeks to flatten the curve. Do you think they'll bring back? Maybe they did this at. Remember they did this at parks. The bubbles. They drew the circles at parks.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Like,
listen. I'm about as progressive as it gets. Even I was like the circles out. You're outside.
Idea. It's just
you're
cutesy.
outside.
Sometimes you want to feel like you have control over things. So drawing circles and putting hula hoops in the grass made people feel like they had control.
The one thing, listen, COVID's here forever. Weird that we have a new illness. They're like, hey, this is just with you. Here's a new flu.
Yeah.
It's been cold and flu forever. Now they're like cold, flu, COVID. And RSV, whatever the hell that is.
Something,
I don't know.
Isn't it like something to do with coughs in children?
Bear diseases.
Okay.
Not a fan. Also, you mentioned get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wait a certain amount of time now because we just had it. I think you have to wait a couple months.
The rules, at first they pounded them into our faces, and then that's why I forgot everything. I forgot how long you're supposed to quarantine. I forgot like how you even take the damn test.
Forgot how to wash my hands.
I don't know whose problem that was. That was never my problem.
Just been avoiding it. I've been like, I don't want to mess it up. So if you're gonna do something, do it properly. I don't know how to properly wash my hands. So
gross.
Might have been you.
What? So yes, I have a cough button because when I get a cough for 3 weeks at least. So if you remember, if you're watching from the beginning episodes, I had the cough button back then, and she's back. Should we give her a name?
Cough button was a big deal. It says the brand is Rules.
Okay, so should we give her a name?
Shambalik.
Shambalik. There you go. Full circle.
How's this?
You can't stop talking and acknowledge me every single time I use a cough button.
We're going to have to edit the coughs back in for the people only listening. If you're only listening, you're like, why is it just silent?
What?
How's this the blackest podcast and half of the hosts are like just the most Caucasian?
What do you mean the blackest podcast?
We have a mute button named Shambalik.
So that makes it black?
That's what you're telling me.
When did I say that?
On today's episode.
You already read that. You already read that. But you can go right ahead.
So we're about to embark. I'm gonna tease it a little bit.
Whoa.
We're about to embark on a trip.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
About to dip our toes into the old medical tourism pool.
Ooh.
So pretty pumped about this. This has been something this has taken like 6 months to set up.
Right. And this has been like, because I'm not having anything done there, but it's been a place on my to-do list for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like really excited to visit there.
We got a whole itinerary set up, but your boy's getting a hair transplant.
Hey.
So
this is when we should bring back the siren.
Oh, you want to bring back the air horn?
No.
Interesting.
No, I don't actually.
Who knew that you were the general of the air horn army this entire time?
I've actually been threatened. Somebody said, bring back the air horn or we will unsubscribe. Something ridiculous. Like this, trying to barter with terrorists. I'm not doing it. We're not bringing back the damn air horns. No. Here's the thing.
Inside job the entire time.
YouTube seemed to like it.
Yeah.
Those who only listen hated it. Which makes it, because you can't anticipate it when you're just listening. But when you see that you're about to hit the button.
Causing collisions.
Like, what?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's like listening to a soca DJ in your car. You don't know if a truck is actually honking at you or not.
Just call me Private Ryan.
Hey.
Getting a hair transplant, and the top of my head's always been fine.
Stop stopping every time I cough.
So distracting. Much like my terrible hairline. So the top of my head's always been fine. Okay. But just like the rest of me. But I've always had a giant forehead. And this is a perfect reason to subscribe to the YouTube version, right? It's this giant forehead. It's like not a good hairline.
Why are you mashing up your hair for the sake of this? Let's go like this a little bit. Just go to the... Okay. Well, okay.
How bad does it look?
You chose to do it.
Again, subscribe on YouTube for
the full effect.
For the full effect. see our girl Shambalik. The reason we're talking about medical tourism, the reason we're embarking on some medical tourism, the reason that I'm getting a hair transplant is, I think, a great opportunity to talk about. I still think there's a lot of stigma around like women getting surgery, women getting, working on your appearances, but I think there's a lot more for men. Because it's seen as like, and this sounds ridiculous. I joked about toxic masculinity earlier. I think like it's considered feminine to like care too much about your appearance.
Well, there was an online discourse at one point discussing like, is it gay if men let the water hit their ass while they're showering? And it's like, this is ridiculous. Is it gay to wash your own ass?
Then call me the gayest man alive.
I promise you it's not. Not only is there nothing wrong with being gay, There's absolutely nothing wrong with washing your ass. And in fact, it is encouraged. I encourage you to do so thoroughly.
Big fans over here.
Absolutely.
Big fans.
Absolutely. So when we talk about toxic masculinity, yeah, there are levels, but I would say that's up there. That is up there, considering like basic human hygiene to be feminine. That's toxic.
Like taking care, like cutting your nails.
Absolutely.
You know, people think that's feminine, like taking care of your nails.
Listen, getting a pedicure, that's not gendered. That's not a gendered activity. That is, oh, my toes have hangnails. Toes get hangnails.
Bro, I'll shave my toes.
Why not?
Every couple of
months. If you don't like the hair, yeah.
It's weird. I feel like a hobbit.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, take care of yourself. And whether
Absolutely.
it's like, I get a lot of grief for like, and only ever from dudes or from pick-me women, like having a good skincare routine.
Let's pause there. How come when women do it, they're pick-me's?
Oh, men are also pick-me's.
I've seen a lot of pick-me men.
Yeah.
I love pick-me men content on TikTok. And men are like, I'm putting on an outfit for the female gaze. I love that.
What does the outfit look like?
It was actually quite lovely. I was going to send it to you, but then I thought you might get offended by the content.
I mean, some would say that me putting on gray sweats
is dressing for the female gaze.
And also the gay gaze, I guess.
I would say that, absolutely, yes.
Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it.
I'm going to cough and I'm going to hit my button. Please continue talking.
All right, I'm talking, and Dominique's definitely not coughing right now. Good Lord. Come back in 4 episodes, and we should have this wrapped up.
It should be gone, but again, 3 weeks minimum. 3 weeks.
Holy moly. But I think that the people that I've spoken to about this over the last couple of months,
yeah.
I guess this is us hard launching it.
Hey.
Some people have been like really excited about it. I've had some people that have like texted me after we've had an in-person conversation about this, and they've said like, "Can I have more information about this?" This is something I've considered for a while, and this is something that I've wanted for a long time. Hair transplant, my God.
And I remember when we were early on in our relationship, you always said like, if I start to lose my hair, I will absolutely get a hair transplant. If I start to get wrinkles that I don't like, I will absolutely get Botox. Like, you've always announced
100%.
those things.
100%.
There's nothing wrong with that. When we think about like, and I might be going a little off here, but like, I think in society we look at gender affirming procedures or gender affirming care as like, oh, that's just for trans people, and like that's not the case at all. Like, I wear wigs, for example. To me, that's gender affirming. Like, some days I like to wear my afro, my natural hair, whatever, cool, and some days I like a long bust down. Like, okay, that's cool too. Like, that for me makes me feel pretty cutesy, demure. Okay, and so that's considered gender affirming. Wearing a push-up bra, yeah, that's gender affirming. Perhaps for you also, like
vajazzling.
For yourself?
I mean, for anybody with a vagina.
Are you even listening to me, or do you just want to say the word vajazzle?
It can be both. Both things can be true. Totally. Like, that's gender affirming care. A guy, using like just for men, right?
Sure.
Or even like dyeing your beard or whatever.
Why
dyeing
not?
your hair, like that's gender affirming care.
Or like getting a lineup, like, yeah, that's gender affirming. Like, taking care of yourself and hitting a standard for yourself that makes you feel good and cared for. To me, that's gender affirming. Absolutely.
The amount of cisgendered men on testosterone who refuse to admit that is gender affirming care. I've been on testosterone for a year and a half. Changed my life.
And why have you been on testosterone?
To be a little less gay.
You can't just announce that without any context.
I've been on testosterone for a year and a half because I had low testosterone levels. Like, that's the headline.
Okay.
The large reason that my testosterone levels are so talking over a cough. The principal reason is I had a stem cell transplant. I had like 2 years of cancer treatment. My testosterone levels were in the gutter.
Right.
And so that's changed my life. Changed my life being on TRT. And there's I got way more information, way more helpful information on Reddit in particular, not from the testosterone subreddit or TRT subreddit, which is like a lot of like, there's a lot of toxicity on there.
Okay. Is it mostly like, I don't know, juice heads?
Well, yeah, literally. And a lot of people are abusing this, and I'm not your dad. It's not my business to judge anybody for doing that. I got way more help from trans dudes.
Oh, wow.
That were like, I think it was the FTM subreddit that
Female to male.
Yeah, well, I was trying to remember if it was the number 2. Anyway, those people, the people on that subreddit, way more helpful because they were like giving you actual practical advice on this. There wasn't any judgment. Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, I love that, and I think especially in like oppressed groups, there was
white men. Listen up,
Lord.
It's our year.
It always hits me when I think about like when there were Black Lives Matter protests happening for like George Floyd, for example, and I think it was like Palestinians were tweeting and giving people advice on how to protect themselves during protests, and like you should use milk if you get pepper sprayed because that's better for your eyes. So it's like when you see oppressed groups coming in to help another group
because they've been through it.
Exactly. So I love that, the fact that like trans men were the ones stepping up and like giving you the most resources. Like, that's beautiful.
Yeah, shout out to the FTM. Is it a 2? No, I think it's a T. FTM subreddit.
Reddit, yeah.
Super helpful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good group of guys. You know?
Okay.
Just stuff like, where's the least painful place to inject yourself?
Oh, wow. And where is that?
In your butt.
Okay.
It's where Dominique, I don't know why I'm being awkward about it.
I don't know why.
Well, I was because like glute, butt. Dom gives me an injection every week. And here's the thing. You're considering TRT? You're going through it right now. You're getting an injection of any sort that can go in your glute. Lay completely nude on your bed. Take off all your clothes.
Okay, why you set in the mood? Light a candle.
Fold them neatly so that they're not strewn about the floor. And your floor is not shambolic. And then you go completely like limp. Don't flex anything. And then when you've got soft, tender gluteal muscles, the needle goes into that and it doesn't hurt. Also, when we talked about vaccines earlier.
Yeah.
Just like hang your arm down. Let it go completely limp. That's
the
what
one getting injected?
No, the one not getting injected. Jesus Christ.
How can you? Why would you do that?
No, you're just hanging it down.
And then you want them to juke you when your arm is hanging like that?
No, you put it in the shoulder.
Oh, I'm thinking when you get blood drawn and you have to put it in like your elbow area.
That one you got to like make a thing.
Elbows, other side. What is this called? The crooks of your arm?
Oh. Inside elbow?
Have a name. Yes. The inverse
What's
elbow?
the back of your knee? Like the back of your kneecap.
These parts don't have names, bro.
There's a name.
Inverse knee. Okay, so we've spoken about...
Have we?
I don't know. Have we spoken about like some of the insecurities that men face, and the fact that it's often like in society it's laughed at?
Small penis.
Okay.
Hair.
Not your problem. Let's make that very clear. Not your problem at all. Not yours. Oh.
I'm not a piece of meat.
Are you?
I'm a big piece of meat.
Okay. Protein, macros, Mets.
Can I get a cough? Hairline.
Oh, Lord.
And then also like looking kind of shrampy, right?
Shrampy?
Shrampy.
What is shrimp? Are you Nia? Nia just makes up words.
Not like shrimpy, but like throwing a little nollin.
Little twang. A little nollin. What the hell?
Feeling shrampy. Yeah, like you want big, like juicy muscles, right?
Okay.
So
Tell us more.
You want large penis, large muscles, large coverage of hair on your head.
Okay.
That's what dudes want, you know?
Okay. That's fair. I want big tits.
Yeah.
Want a fat ass.
Sure.
Small waist.
Yeah.
Big hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it. I'm going to get my own procedure done. I have it scheduled
This is
for
not your
October,
episode.
But it's not about that. It's not. But we'll get into that eventually and talking about, if we talk about like insecurity, why does your face look like that? Just disgusted.
Taking all the shine away from me.
No, I'm not. I'm affirming you. If anything, I understand that. Like, yes.
This is gender-affirming care.
Didn't I already announced that?
Yeah.
Oh, me affirming you?
It's gender-affirming care right now.
Well, then let's talk about the mental health of it all.
It could be sad. Looking in the mirror all the time and you're just like, oh, God, what's good?
Oh. I have noticed that like you'll often not want to take pictures.
I mean, that's sometimes I'll be like, oh, my hair looks like garbage right now. I mean, like we make our living from being on camera.
Yeah.
Right. But I surprisingly don't get a lot of comments about the hairline. So maybe it's a bigger deal to me than it is to other people. But regardless, maybe not regardless, you should be taking care of yourself for yourself, not for external validation.
No, 100%.
I'm not worried that like people are going to make comments. That's not why I'm getting a hair transplant. I'm getting one because it's going to make me feel better about myself. I just, it's like especially the corners up here. I'm so excited. You can go the company.
We've been on a roller coaster today. We came from crying about daycare to I'm so excited.
It's the testosterone that's messing with my emotions. So the company I'm using is Estanove. I did a ton of research. This is in Istanbul. This is listen, there's tiers to everything, right?
No, of course.
This is like the highest
So it's
tier,
like,
baby.
I was going to say Cadillac, but is Cadillac the top, or am I thinking in Dreamgirls 1950s terms?
Yeah, probably. There's probably like, listen, I'll take
the Rolls Royce.
I'll take a Cadillac endorsement. Don't get me wrong.
No, I mean like in terms of tiers, like the Rolls Royce.
Just best. Why do we got to compare this to other things? It's the best tier.
Okay.
But I would say like
Damn.
probably like a Rolls Royce would be the best.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Okay. They also make plane engines. Did you know that?
Ooh, I trust that.
Yeah. Not if it's Boeing. Wonder what we're flying to get there.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking it, but I left it alone.
Hopefully we make it there for the transplant. Really, really excited. Estanove, the team's been like really good.
They've been really good. They said they're fans, so I like them.
We've got a WhatsApp group, and it's all the people that are like, all right, I'm so-and-so, and I'm like your coordinator for the day. And I'm so-and-so, and I'm like, I'm going to be your driver for the week.
Oh.
So here's what the whole setup is.
Okay.
So we're going to fly there. Obviously, I don't think you can drive. I think cycling might be kind of difficult. You get there, then the group already has my reservations and all that stuff for the plane. So then they'll pick me up at the airport. They bring us to this like 5-star hotel.
Have we said where we're going yet?
Istanbul.
Oh, you have said that. Okay.
I think so.
We just want to make sure.
Estanove, Istanbul, Turkey.
In Turkey.
Planet Earth. Milky Way galaxy.
Milky Way, yes.
Space? I don't know. So the Estanove team is going to meet me at the airport, bring both of us to the hotel. They've got like a really fun day of excursions.
Can I say that it's so sick that they invited both of us? Because like you don't want to go through that alone. Like you want your
they know what a baby I am. They're like, listen,
right? We get it.
Driver,
we know
we've got doctors there, but like we don't have a psychologist on staff. We need someone
bring your wife
because you're a little baby.
Yeah, but I think that's really special. Like you were saying, so they set up an entire itinerary for us. So they sent out a form to ask like what we're interested in. So asking like, what do you want to see when you're in Istanbul? What are you into? What kind of travel or tourism? So like, are you into traditional architecture? Are you into shopping? Like, what is it that you like to do when you're traveling? So we haven't seen the official itinerary just yet, but I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to three things in
Let's hear
particular. The transplant, obviously. That's number one. Number two, love a Big Turk chocolate bar. Might be a Canadian thing, but it's a Turkish delight. It's like kind of like licorice, like this gummy center, and then it's covered in chocolate. Love a Big Turk.
I'm not familiar.
I don't think that they make Big Turk in Turkey. I think
it's kind of like New York Fries is a very Canadian company. But I want French fries, highly North American.
Want to try? Pretty sure they're French. Want to try the OG like Turkish delight, and I want a good cup of coffee. In Turkey, infamous
Turkish coffee,
best coffee in the world.
Yeah.
And when we lived in the UAE for a couple of years, I had Turkish coffee once in a while, if you could find one.
I loved the ice cream vendors. Because they had the setup where like they had a stick where they would scoop it up for you and then put the cone on the stick and then like pretend to give it to you, and like it's a whole show. Very exciting. I've never actually purchased from them because I would watch and get super frustrated, but I'm excited to gather the patience.
This is a Turkish thing?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
We're going to need to fact check this before that goes in the episode, but so transplant.
If you heard it, it's because we fact checked, or Kolter got lazy during editing.
And if you're hearing this and you have no context, whatever she mentioned didn't pass the smell test.
Why did you miss the last 10 seconds?
We're going to leave this part in regardless, but I might cut the last 10 seconds out. Do you need to cough real quick?
More silence. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now we're talking over each other. Love it. So those three things. Yeah, really, really pumped for that. What else are they going to, because you filled out the itinerary sheet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want Because you're my little chaperone, I guess. You're my buddy. You're my little +1.
I'm your project manager. I'm your life manager.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
But they also asked if there are specific things we want to see or things we want to do while we're there.
So what are we doing?
So I did quick like TikTok research, top places.
A Turk talk?
If you're in Turkey for 3 days, here's what you should do. If you're in Turkey for 24 hours, here's what you need to do. Come with me to spend a day in Istanbul.
Gruum.
Get ready with me.
Istanbul edition.
So I believe it's called the Blue Mosque. Anyway, one of the large mosques I'm very excited to see. They have a whole underwater underground water system that has like really, I'm not describing it well, but it had
like pipes.
If I can remember no, it's not like we're gonna go be Ninja Turtles in the friggin'
or like Mario
gutter, like
Mario World 1, Scene 2, Level 2.
Okay.
World 1, Level 2.
No. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called, but it's basically like the royal family commissioned to have this entire water system built underground, and they got a bunch of like columns. It's architecturally gorgeous down there, and so anyway, we're gonna see it. We're gonna check it out. I wish I remember the name. I don't. I have the list on my phone somewhere, but I'm not gonna pull it out. I obviously want to do some shopping. I want to visit.
What do you want to buy?
Souks.
With what money?
Yours. Which is mine.
We have no money.
I will save mine.
Which is also mine. I have this scene in my head, and it's us like at an outdoor cafe.
Ooh.
It's like one of the golden hours, right? Either earlier in the day, later in the day. A bird, not a pigeon, but like a nice bird, like all of a sudden where it just flaps in the background, right?
Okay.
Flies away.
I'm afraid of birds.
I'm gonna have a single cigarette when I'm there.
No, you're not.
I'm not gonna have a single cigarette. I'm gonna have a pack. Just kidding. Not allowed to smoke anymore. But
nor do you.
I bet the cigarettes there are pretty good though.
Why?
No, I just it's in the same way that the coffee. Listen, what goes better with coffee than a cigarette? And if this is like the world capital for coffee, probably got some good darts too.
Okay.
Maybe.
One has to assume, I guess. I don't do either. I don't drink coffee, and I haven't ever smoked cigarettes, so can't really relate. But shout out to you, I guess.
And shout out to Este Nove.
Shout out to Este Nove. Thank you so much for inviting us. And shout out to you for changing the narrative when it comes to men's insecurities. And first of all, to have this talk transparently and publicly, that takes guts.
Almost as transparent as my scalp.
Okay. But so like you said, you've been talking to people in the lead up to this, to the hard launch, I guess you could say, and just hearing people's feedback that takes bravery.
A lot of jealousy.
Oh wow.
But you don't have to be jealous. We looked up the the cost to do it here, obviously in North America.
Is typically how much?
It depends how many grafts you get, so how many hairs are transplanted.
Oh wow.
But I think the average is 20 or 25 grand.
Okay.
And then that's assuming that you live locally and you're going to stay at home and stuff.
Yeah,
whatever.
of course. Which is the reason why, medical tourism, especially in Turkey, is so popular, because the companies that you're going with.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the quality and the safety.
Oh no, listen, I checked out the before and after pictures on a lot of websites.
That's it, eh? Yeah.
And I was like,
I saw the TikTok comments.
Yeah. I was like, these guys look, I can look like that. That's awesome. And then you look for similar hairlines to yours.
Right.
And there's another blonde guy. And I was like, oh man, he looks so much better now. Look at him. He just looked happier. A lot of the before and after. The before, it looks like it's maybe it's been a hard couple of years, right?
Dear. Yeah.
Afterwards, you're like, first off, these dudes look 15, 20 years younger, a lot of them. And they're just they got some Riz. I'm going in with Riz. Watch me when I come out, eh?
Watch what?
The Riz explosion.
Oh boy.
Rizzing everywhere.
Shambalik.
Ropes of Riz.
So it is important for you, especially as someone with a large platform to like, and I'm not saying like we should encourage everybody to go out and like
your body, your choice, baby.
No, of course. And I think that that's it. Like having you as someone with a large platform, encouraging people to like, be honest and transparent about like their insecurities and have these conversations, especially men. Talk to each other, be honest about like, here's how I've been feeling, here's what I've been like feeling down about. Like it's okay to be a man and have emotions and talk to each other.
The amount of dudes who like don't have vulnerable conversations with each other, and this isn't a judgment, this is like due to a lack of comfort in doing so. Mm-hmm. Like if you like, listen, I know that this audience is overwhelmingly women.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to women.
You're welcome. Okay.
We're bringing back the air horn. Shout out to women. But I hope that this in particular, talking about physical appearance, because like, you know, dudes will joke about their hairlines, right? Sure. Me of all people, there's humor in literally everything. I think for like anti-cancellation reasons, except for a few things maybe. But you can tell like when something really affects somebody. Like there's a difference between like, you know, I'll joke that I've got a 5 or a 6 head. Right. You know, but like that can be crippling. People think that it's a lot harder to date. And I imagine it is harder to date if you don't have like great hair, especially the older that you get. But I'm seeing a lot of like younger guys get on their hairlines earlier rather than later. And I think it's you know, if you have to travel somewhere else to get a better, like affordable solution.
More accessible. Yeah,
more accessible, and
right?
It's
funny how crossing the ocean is more accessible.
No
but like
kidding.
More financially accessible, absolutely.
But like if you're, you know, in your mid-20s, like, you know, there's a lot of people start losing their hair in their late teens, early 20s. You have $25,000 US to spend on that? Of course not.
Right.
You're like, I'm dealing with debt. I'm like, maybe I don't have a great high-paying job right now. And so a lot of guys that you see getting hair transplants, I think historically speaking, have been older. And it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, you know, you're older. You're typically making a little bit more money, more disposable income. You, maybe your kids are grown up at that point. They're out of the house, you know. And you've been dealing with it forever. Right. And you're finally like, I'm at my breaking point. I'm not saying you need to like, you need to wait until you hit a breaking point. I'm not even like, I don't want to give any oxygen to like the idea of a breaking point. But if this is accessible for you because of companies like this and specifically Este Nove, get it done, bud. I
think hair loss and hair transplants, that's obviously like the example that we're talking about because that's what's coming up for you. But like men should also be open about.
I'm getting a facelift. For the 40-year facelift, buddy, 7 years to go, getting it done.
Open and vulnerable with each other so that you don't have to get to a point where like it is impacting your mental health and it is like getting you down and you feel alone about whatever it is, whether it's like weight gain or it doesn't even have to be strictly physical. It can be like a mental hold on you that like, how can you ever start the healing? How can you ever start to fix it if you're not talking to somebody and finding your options? Yeah. And so that's why I'm really proud of you for like being so open about your process.
Speaking my truth.
No, but like dead ass.
Speaking my truth.
Absolutely, because it empowers others and it allows people to feel like, oh, I'm also feeling this. Maybe someone else in my life is feeling like this too.
And having a conversation with somebody, like just if it's a buddy of yours, having that conversation, or like another male family member. You're being vulnerable, like it gives that person a lot of strength, I think, and it opens the door, right? It opens the door for them to go like, I'm also dealing with mental health or physical health things, and I thank you for starting this because I feel more comfortable talking to you about it. But then you can't clown them for it.
I mean, you can a little bit, like sometimes.
Read the room. But if someone's like,
are you good at that?
Depressed, don't like go, oh, you little sad boy. Oh, yeah, you little sad guy. Why? And then point out a bunch of things about their appearance that you're like, is it because of this? Is it because of that? You're like, yeah. Keep going.
Okay, so how should, for partners in particularly, how can partners support their husband, their boyfriend, just each other through insecurities?
I would say don't open the conversation by saying, hey, like, you're fine the way you are, but can you get the surgery because I think it would make you look better? Don't start with that. But I think if someone is, okay, here's a good example.
Yeah.
If someone's like, hey, I'm insecure about my hairline and I'm thinking about getting a hair transplant. You got to ride the line between being supportive and not too excited. Because if you're like, yeah,
God,
finally, yeah, let's do it. They're like, what? I think a better way to go about it is, thanks for opening up about that.
Yeah.
Why? Just ask questions, right? Give them the space. Don't make any assumptions. Why do you want to do that? Is this for me? Is this for you? Like, get to the root of the reason, because maybe what's actually happening is they feel like you're not looking at them like you used to, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Could be a bunch of different things.
As humans, every one of us have that insecurity, right? That like, especially when you're in a longer term relationship, like I always want to be like that 18-year-old girl for you. Who,
no, don't be that 18-year-old girl. What?
But I'd be like,
you were a size 0, and like that's not me
she
skinny
was a
shaming
size
or whatever.
0 at that point. Yes,
I've been thin, but
I was a size 00 actually.
The body now.
Got titties now.
Got titties now.
But like, there's always this insecurity in me, at least.
Toe.
Head, shoulders. There's always this insecurity of, when he met me, this is what attracted him to me. How do I maintain that? How do I always avoid you having to say, I miss the way that it used to be. I miss who she used to be. And like, I want to continue evolving, sure, but I always want to like maintain. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I don't want that 18-year-old version of you, though. Like, she was great when we were 18.
Yes.
I like that 33-year-old, thick-ass, grown-ass version of you.
Period.
I like you. There's no versions of, there's just you.
There are versions.
Why would I want
chapters.
the 18-year-old, severely mentally ill Dominique?
Oh, dear. It got worse.
Yeah.
And then it got better.
It got a lot better. Then, it's never been as bad as it currently is. So.
I'll say this. I say I want to be that 18-year-old girl. I guess I always want that 18-year-old flame. I always want that 18-year-old attraction.
My toilet had mold and your apartment had bugs. What? And then a few years later, my apartment got bugs of the bed variety.
Yes.
But no mold, so growth.
Shout out to you. So that's to say, like, yeah, people want to hold on to that. So, like, for example, a friend of mine, she's looking at her partner, her long-term partner. And she's
is
like,
the friend of yours named Dominique?
We're not. No. She's looking at her long-term partner. And she's like, Dom, I know Kolter's getting this hair transplant. How do I introduce this to him? Because it's probably time for him too.
Who is this person?
We'll talk when the cameras are off, bro.
Bro, hit the cough button. It's also the T button. No, say it. Say it.
No,
dude, come on. Yeah.
Did I even cover my mouth? Anyways,
it's like the hair's leaving his forehead. She needs to follow suit. So
I guess my question for you is, if I was feeling that way, for example, would you want me to approach that with you?
Saying what? Like, hey, I want to get a surgery. I want to not fix, but I want to alter my appearance in some way. This has been weighing on me for a while.
No, sorry. So if I was in my friend's position where she's looking at her partner and she's like, his hairline has been better, I feel like there's a solution that he should consider, and I would support him in doing so. Is it appropriate for her to speak up?
Are you doing it for yourself or for your partner?
It's not for her. It's for her partner. She wants to encourage her partner to do it.
No, I understand that. But are you encouraging your partner to do it for your partner's sake or for your own sake?
Right.
Because if you're like, I wish my partner had better hair.
Right.
Like, I mean.
That sucks.
That's your relationship.
Yeah.
Do what you want. But if you're, like, I say this all the time on the show and also in real life. Love your partner the way that they need to be loved. And so if you think that this would help your partner, I mean, surely they would have brought it up at some point.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, he has recognized it. I think it's a bigger deal for her than it is for him. And I think it's a little bit more nuanced because it's a matter of, like I said, you always want to maintain that flame, right? So if you see your partner...
Is using the word flame intentional in this?
No. So when you see that your partner is not that they're letting something go, but isn't maintaining something. But like we had a whole ass episode about me gaining weight over the years, right? And
I don't think I said more than 7 words in that episode.
Sure. But like even back then, and you told me like, yeah, you can stand to lose X amount of weight at that time. I don't think that was wrong of you. It was honest.
I was prompted to respond.
Yes,
to that.
We know. And if you don't know, you should check out the episode. But I think that that's fair. And it's my choice whether I do or do not want to do that, whether I do or do not agree.
Sure.
So I think that if like my partner isn't dressing very nicely, for example, I'm pointing at you because you're my partner, not because you don't dress nicely.
Buddy, call me Rant because I'd be dressing.
Lord. But if I feel like, oh, he's letting himself go and that he's not caring about his physical appearance, he's not dressing like he gives a damn when he goes outside and represents us and our family.
But is that also symptomatic of like maybe being depressed? Because that's the issue you need to be addressing.
Okay.
Treat the disease, not the symptom, right?
Jeez.
Like if you're, thank you. Can I get a cough too? Like if you're noticing that your partner's like dressing kind of schlubby, right? Mm-hmm. Are they like their usual selves, or, you know, are they down all the time, right? Because that's what you need to be addressing.
Right.
That's and you should be having that conversation and saying, hey, like it doesn't seem you don't seem like your usual self. What's going on?
Right.
That's what you need to be talking about. And then once you're able to help that person, because it's not all going to be you. Like if you think you can fix somebody's mental health, for instance, you can't. You can be part of a team that I think starts with a psychologist.
We're big on therapy on this show.
Big on therapy.
Very, very big.
Big therapy guys.
Big therapy, yeah.
So that's what you need to help. And I think that getting a hair transplant isn't, if you're dealing with some mental health issues, isn't going to get rid of your mental health issues, for instance.
No, of course not.
But I think that could be maybe one of the causes.
Yeah, just like losing a bunch of weight isn't suddenly going to make you, feel any more secure in yourself. Like there's a deeper mental issue that needs to be recognized and healed or start the process of healing that, the physical tends to also assist in.
And also, I mean, it goes the other way as well. Taking care of like if there's something about you physically that is out of your control.
Right.
Right. Like you can't go to the gym and get a better hairline, right?
Yeah.
You can't diet a certain way. You can't, work with a nutritionist or whatever to get your hair back. But I'm sure there's science that says eating certain foods will help, whatever. Sure. But like if it's as simple, I'm not saying it's always accessible, especially with the price tag here compared to like going overseas for this particular operation. But if that's going to give you if that's going to make you feel more confident, that can lead to a lot of other things. You're more confident because you're happier with your appearance. You are more empowered, I think, in every other area of your life. You're more empowered if you're single and maybe you're not dating. You're more empowered to start dating again. If you're in a long-term relationship and you're not going out a ton because you just don't feel like your best self, this can help that.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's a correlation between getting gender affirming care, and again, this episode is about me going and getting a hair transplant.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there is a dollar amount that there's an ROI on this. If
ROI standing for return on investment.
Like if you spend X amount for every dollar you spend on this, maybe over the course, maybe your earning potential increases. Maybe your satisfaction in life, if that has a score that you can quantify.
Sure.
Maybe that raises by a certain percentage.
Sure.
It doesn't just need to be a financial return on investment.
And that's acknowledging insecurities as a whole.
Yeah.
Right? That's talking to someone about the first step being acknowledging that insecurity. I'm sure that has a score, a dollar amount to it. Sure.
Also, Istanbul told me I could acknowledge this. They're people started calling Turkish Airlines Turkish Hairlines because she's my contact there. She's shout out to Asma, by the way.
Shout out.
She said, everyone not everyone, but a lot of people on the plane are you'll all have a very similar bandage. On your head. And people just chilling around Istanbul, right? You're just I know what you're doing here.
If you see me on a plane coming from Brazil, bandage up, don't be surprised, eh? Just don't even be surprised. Okay, beautiful. Well, I'm very proud of you. Any final words you want to say about?
Yeah, shout out Este Nove.
Yes.
This is something that they reached out to me. This is something I've been considering for a while. And I'm really, really excited I'm really excited for this. And I'm excited for us to get a goddamn vacation in.
I gotta say, how did you feel when you got the email? Because they came out of nowhere, eh?
Flattered.
Yeah.
Flattered. But then I was in the car and I looked in the mirror and I was like, it's time. It is time. Let's do this.
We're excited to bring y'all with us. We're going to be highlighting the experience. Yeah. We're going to be vlogging while we're out there.
And drinking some good coffee.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to have an episode with
we're going to be filming an episode there.
While we're there. Absolutely.
Really pumped.
So we're excited.
Let's get into Pillow Talk. This is a part of the show where we get a little more intimate, we get a little more mom shouldery. You want to read this or should I this week?
I do. With us talking all about insecurities, your insecurities in particular, what is the number one way that I can make you feel sexier and more desired in a relationship?
Jump me more. Moving over to Mailbox.
Had you read this question before and prepared that, or was that really just such an immediate answer?
Just such an immediate answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanna elaborate?
Listen, I know I'm fine as hell.
Period.
You should experience more of my fineosity.
So you want more spontaneous sex, more spontaneous.
I want to be fearful when
flirting.
You look at me.
Okay.
Like, oh God. I don't know if I'm prepared for this.
I feel like I
don't touch the hair.
I feel like I have a good death stare. I don't pull your hair anyways.
I certainly won't be now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't scratch your head either, can I?
Not for a while.
You love
I know. Pain is beauty. Pain is beauty.
Don't I know it? That's all you want to say?
That's it.
Beautiful. Let's get into Mailbox.
Wait, what about you?
Oh, this question was specifically for you. This is your episode.
Give me an answer.
To make me feel more desired. Quality time. Quality time. Yours is, can you tell our love languages? Physical touch, quality
watch
time.
TV?
I love lying in bed with you. Like when we have pillow talk, I love actual pillow talk, lying in bed with you.
Here's pillow talk with you
about
lately.
our day. No, deadass, because you're coming to bed at like 1 a.m. I
have to work.
And I don't?
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Right. Mailbox. This is a segment where we answer some of your questions. You can submit a question at playinghousepod.com or you can email us at info@playinghousepod.com. This week's question.
Hello, Kolter. Hello, Dominique. So I'm your number one fan in Lagos, Nigeria, and I have a problem. I just need your advice on something. So I have a crush at the gym. He's beautiful looking. But the thing is, I don't really like people that much. I only like people when they like me. It's like you liking me even makes me like you. So I noticed him looking at me yesterday and we locked eyes. So my question is like, how do I, like, what do I do about this? Because let me tell you something, yeah? I think about this boy every day, every morning, every night, every time. So if you guys have any advice on how to make men know you're interested because I cannot, because the gym here is very packed. And I know that some guys are like afraid of like public rejection because me, normally, I will reject you publicly. Like, but that guy, I can never reject him. But I don't know how to to show to him that, okay, I'm interested in this. So it really help me. I need help.
I think our next trip is to Lagos, Nigeria. You gotta get VIP passes for this woman. That's awesome. So you're attracted to somebody in the gym, don't like people.
So she is not the type to... We sound very similar. So she's not the type
Who do you crushing on at the gym?
That's not what I meant. If you would let me explain, I meant that when somebody likes her, that's what makes her attracted to them. She's not the type to like go out and pursue somebody for herself. She's the one who likes to be pursued.
So you can act and look like a bum? And she's like, as long as you like me, I'm India? What? You smell like stale trash?
Oh dear. How'd you get that? She's in the gym. She's taking care of herself.
Go up and ask the man out. She likes
to be pursued. Okay, that's your take?
Go up and just say like, hey, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Invite him out on a date. Just say like, I want to take you out on a date. And hey, if the person says, nah, I'm not interested, sure, you'll have to change gyms, but
yes,
you will also probably need a couple of therapy sessions from it. Now, stop being precious. If like you like the person, pursue the person. Why is this so difficult? You're waiting for a day that might never come. Maybe this person is just as shy.
Yeah.
If you want it, make it happen.
But she says this, and I didn't include, because her voice note was like probably 5 minutes long. But she did mention that like Nigerian men, they're not shy people. Like they will pursue you. They will make themselves known.
Don't paint everybody with the same Nigerian brush.
So I think like culturally, she's like, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to like, if you like me and you're not like pursuing and showing yourself, like if you want me, come get me then.
He might also be gay.
So then why is he watching her down like that?
I don't know.
Don't give her mixed signals.
Listen, just ask him. The worst that can happen is he just says no.
I would say approach him. Like start a conversation, give him an in. Because I also understand not wanting to be the pursuer and wanting to be pursued. If that's sexy for you, if you like, not the chase, but you like feeling desired and you like feeling like a man is stepping up to earn you.
Then you're sexist. Get rid of the gender roles. How about that?
God.
How about that?
Then I would say, yeah, give him an opportunity to do so. You've said it already that the gym is packed. The gym is already like such a
stew.
A stew was not what I was gonna say.
Very stewy in there.
But a gym can be such an intimidating place.
Yeah.
It's already so hard to just ask like a stranger, like, are you finished with this machine, for example? So yeah, I understand if he, is intimidated and doesn't want to approach you, but I think at least give him an opportunity to start a conversation with you. Like walk up to him and ask him like, oh, hey, like I see you're wearing Gymshark. I don't freaking know. I don't talk to strangers, but like give him an opportunity to start a conversation and pursue you if that's what you're looking for. And if not, then like drop it.
I got the line right here. You wait until he's done. You're going to have to watch him back. You wait until he's done with a piece of gym equipment. Then you go up to him and say, hey, are you done with that? And he'll say yes. And then you go, well, then I guess you've got time for me.
Ooh.
Guess you can pick me up now. Some variation.
Can you imagine? No. I do not co-sign this. What?
Follow this woman on Instagram at dom.creates, at domcreates on TikTok and TikTok?
At domcreates on TikTok and YouTube at dom.creates on Instagram. Follow this man right here at Kolter Talks across the internet on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on
Only
Snapchat.
fans.
Do you have Snapchat?
No, I don't. I don't have any fans either. Soon though. Season 3. I'm going to take it over from here, even though I messed up your usernames. COVID brain. Playinghousepod.com.
Ooh.
Get you one of these.
Describe it.
Get you one of these. This is a mug. It says my woman's bath water. It has a woman in a bath. Different races available. Different skin colors available. There's also my man's bath water with a man on it instead.
Absolutely.
Different races, different skin colors.
There you go.
We also have a hat.
We have many hats.
We got a lot of stuff on there.
Sexy and secure. Playing House logo.
But like Playing House is like it's got the logo of the hub.
Yeah, I like that one. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you again next week. We are back every Monday with a new episode. So we will see you then.